How you doing, YouTube? Matt Massive Beer Reviews back with yet another review. A little bit of a tropical Tiki-Inspired ale. This is ale. Okay, we'll see what's what. And this is the Hoku-lele, I guess is how that's put, from Ecliptic Brewing. This comes courtesy of Ecliptic, and as far as what it says here is Hoku-lele, Hawaiian for shooting star. Okay, there you go. Is a fitting name for this Tiki-inspired beer with island vibes that are nothing short of celestial. Sabro, Azaka, Mosaic hops are dosed with the tropical essence of pineapple, passion fruit, coconut, and almond, along with a dash of cinnamon. Okay, I see where you're going here. Hoku-lele is basically your favorite beach in a can. Yeah, 8% alcohol by volume, so it is not a tiny beer. But that's super interesting because, I mean, 8% aggressively hopped with a lot of new school hops. You're talking about, Sabra, Azaka, and Mosaic. You figured you're going for a big old hazy, but then they throw into the mix your pineapple. Okay. Passion fruit. Okay. Coconut on top of that Sabro. And almond. And then a dash of cinnamon. I've never heard of this before, a Hoku-lele, as far as a shooting star, but it reminds me of Hawaii's version of a horchata. So maybe that's what the Hoku-lele? I mean, again, they still call it shooting star, but that's where my mind kind of drifts on there, because you're talking about that, that combination is just unique. Let's put it that way. So we'll see how this sucker plays. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm, overly super excited, only for this reason, is that anytime, I shouldn't say any time, a good portion of the times where I've had fruit infusion from Ecliptic, not real fruit, it's come off very much like fruit extract, very much like Flintstone vitamins. So we'll see how that works. Label has, cool little iridescent little tiki guy on a can that pretty much is exactly the can that they put on all their beers. I actually, don't mind that. And as far as that beer goes, the head's crumbly. It's a little bit rocky. I'm actually super surprised it's sticking around as long with that coconut and all those adjuncts in there. So it does have a crumbly, kind of rocky, soapy head to it, and it's got a soft haze to it. She looks more like fruit juice than a hazy IPA. Doesn't look too shabby, though. Nothing too murky, nothing too dense. Let's get a nose. I don't know what it smells like. It kind of smells like I don't know what to say, to be perfectly honest with you. It doesn't smell bad, let's put it that way. It smells like a old school East Coast IPA with new school adjunct treatment, and that it smells like the IPA is brewed classically, but then it's using new school hops with these kind of new school kind of adjuncts. And then it has, the cinnamon's not really there, but there's a spiciness outside of the hoppiness. It's really a bizarre nose, not in a negative way, just in a way that I'm not used to getting this kind of nose off of beer. Not unpleasant, but it does kind of have that kind of mixed drink vibe to it, but it's still beer. So I kind of appreciate that. I'm just going to dive right in because it's confused me. Cheers. That's weird. Wow, that's weird. I don't even know what to think about this beer. I think I like it and hate it at the same time, if that makes any sense. Wow, it's a weird beer. Yeah, that's weird. This tastes exactly like if you cuvées a Pliny with horchata from the brewery. It kind of has that. It's got this milky creaminess to it. The coconut comes through. The cinnamon comes through is more of the way kind of the cinnamon comes off in like a fireball candy, as opposed to cinnamon powder in the regular cinnamon that you would put in your oatmeal, stuff like that. It's like that kind of cinnamon and fireball. And the fireball candy. I've actually never drank the fireball liquor before, so I couldn't actually comment on that. But it has this kind of West Coast kind of hopped appeal to it. There's new school hops, but it comes off piney, it comes off sappy, it comes off zesty. This is a weird beer. Yeah, I don't even know what else to say about this thing. Generally don't know if I hate it, dig it, somewhere in between. Probably leaning into not my favorite beer in the history of mankind, but what I enjoy about it is the cut. I love the cut. You guys know me talking about the cut. Hop Butcher's known for taking the cut. I love breweries that try different things. Now, maybe this didn't land for me. Might land for somebody else. I'm never going to poop on a brewery that's going to try something fun. While I do believe they used a bit of those Flintstone vitamin-y kind of powdery extracts in here, they tried something fun. Didn't really land for me. It might land for you, but it's just a little bit too all over the place for me to kind of really like. And it's not a matter of me just like not being able to grasp the beer. I'm just boiling it down to visceral knee-jerk. Is it delicious? It just doesn't really do it for me. So yeah, there you go. So I actually didn't describe any of the things I'm getting in the beer itself. Starts off with the citrus zest. Elevates to grapefruit zest. Then you start to kick into that coconut almond milk. That's the way it kind of comes off with those almonds. Almond milk, coconut kind of creaminess. Back to the punch of that kind of West Coast zippy kind of bittering hop. Then that cinnamon kind of floats around the whole thing as this weird kind of, like I said, fireball kind of spiciness. It finishes relatively clean for a really weird bonkers beer. And then there's just this kind of tug of war between the fruit extract and the actual hops, and I'm not sure which one wants to do which. What really does come off is that West Coast IPA mixed with like a brewery horchata kind of thing going on. So yeah, an interesting beer. Let's put it like that. Is it one of the better IPAs that I've had as of late? Because that's what this is, an Imperial IPA. No. Is it one of the more interesting beers? Even there, it's going to be worthy of the conversation, but it's not like interesting because it's awesome. It's interesting because it's weird. Value and availability, don't know. I know they find shelves on the East Coast, so take that for what it's worth and leave you with if you like what we like this beer. If you like interesting, weird beers. I mean, that's really where this one lands. Or you like horchata and you wish it came in IPA format, this is going to do you. Otherwise, it's worth trying if you see it out somewhere just for fun. But in the grand scheme of things, it's just too herky-jerky for me to get all hot and bothered about. Even though I'm all hot and bothered because it's 100 degrees and 100 degrees humidity in this cramped little room. So there you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Down there if you want to talk about it. Massive Beers. If you want to check me out doing the social media stuff, Beer Massive. Want to check me out doing the whole podcasting thing. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully enjoying a little weirdo haze right now. Hope we'll see you next time. Cheers.